it's a continuation of part of moving charges and magnetism. In that, right, we understood a magnitude of force acting on charged particle in magnetic field. Okay, so magnitude of force acting on charged particle is what? QVV sin theta. Right, Q is a magnet of charge, V is a magnet of velocity, and V is a magnet of magnetic field. Okay, this V sin theta is what? Velocity component which is perpendicular to V, and n cap is what? Direction of this force. Right, and then how to determine the direction of magnetic force? This is very important. Board exam they will ask. Okay, by using which rules we are going to understand the, or we are going to determine the direction of magnetic force acting on the charged particle. Very important. That is here two rules are there. Okay, right hand palm rule or right hand rule, or else Fleming's left hand rule. By using these two rules, we can determine the direction of magnetic force acting on the charged particle. Right. First, we are going to understand a right hand palm rule or right hand rule. Okay. So easy way how to understand, how to remember right hand palm rule. Okay. Let us consider one case. Here, so charged particle is moving. Velocity charged particle is V, which is moving along the x-axis. Magnetic field is which direction magnetic field is acting here? Along the y-axis, magnetic field is acting. Okay, so V bar in which plane here? XY plane here. Then, so magnetic force acting on the charged particle, which direction is x? That is our question. By using this rule, how to determine? Okay, now stretch your palm along the which axis? Okay, here velocity of the particle. Stretch your four fingers of your right hand. Okay, this is your right hand, right? Stretch your right hand four finger, okay, along the velocity of the charged particle, and curl the fingers towards B. Curl the fingers, okay, from V to B. Now, which direction thumb is open? That is the direction of what? Magnetic force. Once again, I am repeating. Stretch your, okay, right hand palm fingers, four fingers of your right hand palm. Stretch along the velocity of the charged particle. Now, turn or curl the fingers towards the magnetic field. Now, which direction? Okay, thumb is open. That is a direction of magnetic force. Okay, thumbs up. What is that? Thumbs up. Okay. Next, right, in this case also easily we can understand. So V bar is a charged particle is moving along, okay, in this direction. Magnetic field is along in this axis. Okay, in this direction. V bar is this direction. V bar is this direction. We don't know V bar is along which, exactly. We don't know V bar is along which axis and V bar is along which axis exactly. We don't know. Even though in that case also easily we can determine the direction of magnetic force by help of right hand palm rule. Okay, so same way, stretch your palm along the velocity of the charged particle, and so curl your fingers, okay, this palm fingers towards B. Okay, towards B. Now this is a which direction your thumb finger is open? Perpendicular to V bar, and V bar this thumb finger is open. That is the direction of magnetic force. By help of this one, by using this diagram, okay, easily we can understand. Okay, by using this diagram, easily we can understand right hand palm rule. By using right hand palm rule, we can understand what a direction of magnetic force. Okay, along direction of velocity of the charged particle, stretch your four fingers of right hand palm, and the right hand palm fingers you can curl towards magnetic field direction. Which direction thumb finger is open? That is the direction of magnetic force. Okay, so next is Fleming's left hand rule. By help of this rule also easily we can understand what a direction of magnetic force. For that, okay, I taken one simple case. That is, the charged particle is moving along the, okay, so this axis like a V bar, okay, is suppose x axis, y axis, z axis. Now, so in this axis the charged particle is moving, right? In this axis magnetic field is acting. Now, which direction magnetic force is acting? That is my question. By help of this rule, easily we can understand the direction of magnetic force acting on the charged particle. That is what? Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, Fleming's left hand rule. So, in Fleming's left hand rule, you can highlight F. Okay, what is the significance of Fleming's left hand rule? By help of Fleming's left hand rule, we can determine the direction of magnetic force on the charged particle. Okay, so that is a significance of Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, what is the Fleming's left hand rule? Okay, first three fingers of the left hand, first three fingers of the left hand stretch mutually perpendicular to each other. First three fingers of the left hand stretch mutually perpendicular to each other. Now, forefinger, this is a forefinger. Okay, stretch forefinger along the direction of magnetic field. Definitely they will give two. Definitely they will give magnetic field and velocity or force or BRV. Definitely they will give two. Okay, along the two directions stretch your fingers. Okay, remember forefinger, four, F here, field. Okay, middle finger is nothing but like a current. Flow of charge is called as a current. It is the direction of positive charge. If it is negative charge, nothing but reverse direction you can take the finger. Okay, positive charge nothing but, so along same direction, nothing but current. See, central finger is nothing but current. Okay, middle finger or central finger is nothing but current. And this is what thumb finger represent what direction of a magnetic force acting on the charged particle. Okay, what is the Fleming's left hand rule? Okay, Fleming's left hand rule states that stretch first three fingers of the left hand mutually perpendicular to each other. In that, stretch forefinger and central finger along the direction of magnetic field, and so motion of the charged particle, motion of the positive charged particle, and so which direction thumb finger is there, that represents what direction of magnetic force acting on the charged particle. This is a Fleming left hand rule. Okay, right. So one more example I'll give you. Same. Okay, let us consider the x-axis and y-axis. Now it is z-axis. Okay, now the charged particle is moving along which axis? Along x-axis. Now magnetic field is acting along which axis? Along y-axis. Now the direction of magnetic force acting along which axis? Okay, by using this rule or this rule, easily we can determine what direction of magnetic force. Okay, so apply, then all of you apply the Fleming's left hand rule now, right? What is that? Stretch first three fingers of left hand mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, then charged particle is moving along which axis? X-axis. Which charge it is? Positive charge. Okay, if it is given negative charge, nothing but reverse direction. Positive charge given now. Okay, positive charge nothing but along the positive x-axis. Okay, that is what this is a central. That is a positive charge. Current nothing but. Okay, get rid of like this. Okay. This is central finger, middle finger, central finger. This is represents what? Current. Now this is a forefinger. Forefinger nothing but field. F for field. Okay. So magnetic field. Magnetic field is along which axis? Y-axis. Now this thumb finger. These three are mutually perpendicular to each other. One is X, another Y, and another one is definitely Z. Why? Because first three fingers are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay. This finger is a central finger, current or rate of motion of charge is along which axis? X-axis, positive charge. If negative charge, opposite direction. Now it is positive charge nothing but along the positive x-axis. Now this is what forefinger. Forefinger nothing but direction of a magnetic field. So in this case along which axis? Suppose here y-axis. Now so thumb finger indicates what direction of what a magnetic force. That is along which axis? Z-axis. Okay. So this is a Fleming's left hand rule, very important in the examination point of view. The direction of magnetic force is very important. So you can apply in 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional you don't see, 3-dimensional you can apply. Then you can feel very easy to determine the direction of magnetic force. Okay, and take one small example here. Suppose Q here 1 microcoulomb charge, 10 to the power of -6 coulomb charge is moving with velocity 1 meter per second along the x-axis. Right. So magnetic field, which direction? Along y-axis, magnetic field is acting how much? It is 1 Tesla. Then, so what is a magnetic force acting on the charged particle? Okay. Help of vector method. In first year you understood vectors. Right. That is a so A bar cross B bar is equal to AB sin theta into n cap. Here FM bar you know Q into V bar cross B bar, that is Q VB sin theta into n cap. Whereas directly you can apply the cross product. You know V bar magnitude and direction, B bar magnitude direction, then directly you can apply the cross product and multiplied by Q, then we directly get the magnitude followed by the direction. That is what FM bar is equal to Q into V bar cross B bar. Okay, so Q is nothing but here 10 power minus 6, and so here V bar is nothing but 1 meter per second, magnitude is 1 I cap, cross V bar 1 Tesla J cap, 1 J cap. Now so that is equal to 10 power minus 6, 1 ones are 1 I cap cross J cap. Okay, I J K, like this you can keep in your mind, I J K in clockwise, I cap cross J cap, K cap, J cap cross K cap, I cap, K cap, K cap cross I cap, J cap. Okay, in reverse direction, I cap cross K cap minus J cap, K cap cross J cap minus I cap, J cap cross I cap minus K cap. Correct? I hope you understood. Now, so here I cap cross J cap, I cap cross J cap is nothing but K cap. That is a 10 power minus 6 K cap Newton. Right? This is a magnetic force acting on the charged particle. 10 power minus 6 Newton is the magnitude of force. K cap is a direction of magnetic force. The direction of magnetic force acting along which axis? Along the Z axis. Okay. Now nothing but the magnetic force. On what factor this magnetic force depends? Charge of the particle, magnetic charge of the particle, and magnitude of magnetic field, and also depends upon velocity component which is perpendicular to D. Okay. If theta is equal to 0 degree or 180 degree, nothing but the charged particle is moving parallel to the magnetic field. Parallel to the magnetic field, suppose so velocity charged particle along the x-axis, magnetic field also along the x-axis. I cap cross I cap, how much it is? 0. How much it is? I cap cross I cap? 0. J cap cross J cap? 0. K cap cross K cap? 0. Nothing but if theta is equal to 0, nothing but theta is equal to 0, nothing but velocity of the charged particle, magnetic field both are parallel. 180 degree, velocity of charged particle and magnetic field both are anti-parallel. What is that? Anti-parallel. So anti-parallel nothing but velocity is along velocity of charged particle is along the x-axis and magnetic field is along the what? Negative x-axis. Or velocity of charged particle is along the y-axis, so magnetic field is along the negative positive y-axis. Velocity is along the negative y-axis. Nothing but, so that is the angle between the velocity of charged particle and magnetic field is what? Theta is equal to 180. Okay, if the velocity of charged particle and magnetic field parallel, theta is equal to 0. Okay, what is the magnetic force acting on it? Minimum magnetic force acting on it. How much it is? 0. If angle between the velocity of charged particle and the magnetic field is 180, nothing but velocity of charged particle, magnetic field, how both are anti-parallel to each other. Okay, velocity suppose along x-axis, velocity of charged particle is along the x-axis, magnetic field is along the what? Negative x-axis. In that case, what happens? Theta is equal to 180, then minimum magnetic force acting on the charged particle. Okay, so case 2 here. If right, velocity of the charged particle, magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. Velocity and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. In that case, force should be maximum. Maximum force should be act on the charged particle, that is QVB. Sin 90 how much? 1. That's why maximum force acting on the charged particle, what? QV. At what angle between velocity and magnetic field? There is a maximum magnetic force acting on the charged particle. That is what? Theta is equal to 90 degree. At what angle between the velocity of charged particle and magnetic field? Minimum magnetic force acting on the charged particle. That is theta is equal to 0 or 180. Or else velocity of charged particle, magnetic field both are parallel to each other. Minimum magnetic force acting on it, that is 0. If the velocity angle between velocity and magnetic field is 90, there is a maximum force acting on it, that is a Q into V into B. So this is a very, very important. Right now, so once again I'm revising. So that is what the direction of magnetic force we understood. Magnetic force. Okay, magnetic field is a vector quantity. Magnetic force also vector quantity. Magnetic force has magnitude and direction. Right, magnitude of force is QVB sin theta, and direction is what? Which is perpendicular to P bar plus B bar. Right, which is perpendicular to V bar and P bar. Right, so what is it? How to find out the direction of magnetic force? Well, of right hand rule, Fleming's left hand rule. What is the right hand palm rule? Okay, right hand palm fingers, 4 fingers of right hand, stretch along the velocity of the charged particle, and curl that palm fingers towards magnetic field. Then which direction thumb finger is open? That is the direction of a magnetic force. That is the right hand palm rule. Then what is the Fleming's left hand rule? Stretch first 3 fingers of the left hand mutually perpendicular to each other. In that, forefinger and middle finger, forefinger and central finger stretch along the direction of magnetic field and direction of velocity positive charged particle. Then, so which direction you stretch the thumb finger, that is the direction of what magnetic force. Then what is significance of Fleming's left hand rule, right? So by using Fleming's left hand rule, we can determine the direction of magnetic force acting on the conductor or direction of magnetic force acting on the charged particle. Okay, so I hope you understood introduction of moving charges and magnetism, and so what is a magnetic field, so what is the direction of magnetic field, okay, how to determine the direction of magnetic field, right? So what is meant by magnetic force, what is the direction of magnetic force, by using which rules we can determine the direction of magnetic force. Okay, I hope understood. And a small homework I'm giving in your textbook, okay, up to magnetic force, you can revise each and every sentence. If you don't have textbook, you can download from the Google, right? So CBSE textbook you can download. Then in moving charges and magnetism, introduction to magnetic force, you can revise each and every point. Okay, thank you. Stay safe and stay